Hello and welcome back to Joe's Math Tools. In our session today, we are looking at the divisibility rule of 9. So let's get started. When looking at the divisibility rule for 9, it's important to remember that this rule is very closely related and in some sense, I guess exactly the same as the rule for 3. Our rule for 9 tells us that if the sum of our digits is equal to a multiple of 9, then the number is divisible by 9. Now to review the divisibility rule for 9, we're going to first look at the difference between the factors and the multiple of 9. Now we're looking at the factors and the multiples of 9. It's important to remember that with your factors, the first factor of every number is always 1. And the last factor of every number is always the number that you're listing the factors of. So when listing the factors of 9, remember that there should be no number in the factors of 9 that is larger than 9. And remember that your factors are also the different ways that we can multiply to get 9. So we can multiply 1 times 9 to get 9. And as you see, we have 1 and 9 listed. And then we can also multiply 3 times 3 to get 9. So the other factor of 9 will be 3. Now when looking at the multiples of 9, there's a big difference. The first multiple of every number is always the number that you're listing the multiples of. And with that, your numbers will increase from there. So when looking at the multiples of 9, I'm looking at the numbers in my 9 time table. So I know that 9 times 1 is equal to 9. I know that 9 times 2 is equal to 18. 9 times 3 is equal to 27. And so on and so forth. So my multiples of 9 are the numbers in my 9 time table. So we'll have 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and so on and so forth. These are all my numbers in my 9 time table. So notice that my factors, the largest factor for 9 is 9. Whereas with the multiples, the smallest multiple of 9 is 9 and every other number increases from there. So please remember that with your multiples, we're looking at the numbers in its timetable. So let's put some numbers into practice. We're going to begin with our number 1206. Now our rule says the sum of the numbers must be a multiple of 9. So we are going to begin by adding up these digits. So 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 6. And we know that 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 0 is 3, and 3 plus 6 is equal to 9. And we know that 9 is in the 9 time table, so that means that when 9 divides into 1206, it should divide out completely, meaning that 9 is, or this number is divisible by 9. So 9 can't divide into 1 since 1 is less than 9. 9 divides into 12 once. 9 times 1 is 9. 12 minus 9 is 3. We're going to bring down our 0, changing 3 into 30. 9 divides into 30 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27. And when 30 subtracts 27, we get the difference of 3. We're going to bring down our 6, changing 3 into 36. 9 goes into 36 4 times. 4 times 9 is 36. And 36 minus 36 is 0. So we can see that the divisibility for 9 in this case is correct because the sum of our digits was equal to a multiple of 9. And when we tested it by dividing 9 into 1206, we got no remainder. Let's look at a second example. So we're going to look at the number 6271. And again, we're going to begin by first summing up these digits. So 6 plus 2 plus 7 plus 1. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. And 15 plus 1 is equal to 16. And we know that there is no 16 in the 9 time table. So that means that when we divide 9 into 6,271, we should get a remainder. So 9 can't divide into 6 because it's less than 9. 9 divides into 62 6 times. 6 times 9 is 54. 62 minus 54 will leave us with a difference of 8. We're going to bring down our 7, changing 8 into 87. 9 goes into 87 9 times. 9 times 9 is 81. 87 minus 81 leaves us with 6. We're going to bring down our 1, changing 6 into 61. 9 goes into 61 6 times. 6 times 9 is 54. And when 61 minuses 54, we're going to get a difference of 7. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be a no to our divisibility rule, meaning that 9 is not able to divide into 6,271 without a remainder. Okay, so let's review. Our divisibility rule for 9 tells us that if the sum of the digits is equal to a multiple of 9, then the number will be divisible by 9. And remember that divisible means that it's going to divide into it without a remainder. So whatever your number is, sum the digits. If it's a number that it sums to in the 9 time table, then that number can be divided by 9. If it isn't, then that means you're going to have a remainder. Okay, so make sure that you check out our other videos on the divisibility rule. And until next time, this is Jules Math Tools, where math is made easy.